Okay, we're live. Hey, it's Dino, Digit Spin Crypto. So, this is the Electroneum wrap up. Now, I want to start off with none of this is financial information or financial advice. I don't do that. Everything that I have to offer here is just what's going on. Uh, obviously, don't pretend that I'm a financial advisor. So, what we're going to do is a wrap up of everything that happened for today on the show. We had a lot of fun over the last few days. You guys have followed me from the United States all the way over to Great Britain, where we went uh, and landed at the airport, stayed there, took the train over to Maidstone, and stayed at the hotel. We had a meetup with all of the guys that were going to be attending the event at Electroneum headquarters. And then this morning we went over to Electroneum headquarters, and it was great. It was great. Oliver was pretty fantastic. Got us hooked up with everybody here at the Electroneum. We got ourselves a little goodie bag. And then, of course, got a chance to sit down with Richard for a few minutes to tell us what's going on. And then he did the question and review part, which he showed us the AnyTask site and a little bit about behind the scenes, and also gave us an opportunity to ask some questions. Now, unfortunately, he had to catch a airplane, so he had to get on the train to make it into the airport, and had to leave quickly. So we were not able to get a private interview with Richard because he had to take off. But I was able to get a hold of Chris Harrison, and Chris gave me a half hour of his time. So we were able to do a very important technical interview about the blockchain and what's going on there and what they're planning to do and what they're incorporating. And we just talked about the ledger. So look for that video when I get back. I'll assemble it and put it together with some editing, and I'll release that video with Chris Harrison. So that'll be pretty awesome. Hey, you want to know me? It's good to see you out there. I tell you, it's been an event-packed filled day. So, Electroneum went live. Now, I want you guys to know how important this is. You know, Cambodia is not a super big country, but the whole idea of what's happening here is very big in nature. Um, the Cambodian government was involved, and Electroneum has been approved through the Cell Company, and they are actively promoting it. I've already seen them releasing promotional information and videos. I've already seen uh, the cell phone stores where they actually have the M1 phones set up at the cell phone stores, and people can now go in to the cell phone store, and the Electroneum phone is there. They can actually sign the contract and get the phone for free, and then earn their ETN, and they'll be able to use it to top off with the cell company. And as people start to earn it, they can obviously earn it through any task, and bring that all together so they can earn it not only through the app but through any task. And in the weeks ahead, there will be stores. Will all the payment processing company for the country will allow and have established and set up to be able to actually pay for goods all through Cambodia. Uh, there could be many tens of thousands of retailers that will then accept Electroneum. This is a whole country that's going to incorporate Electroneum in their daily lives, and this is big for Electroneum and proof of concept from soup to nuts, being able to use it as an actual currency in the country. So look for more information as Electroneum rolls this stuff out. It's amazing. I was speaking with Connor, and he was showing I think it was Connor. He was showing him the details. I'll have the videos. I'll bring that up. But he has all the details, and he had the pictures of the cell phone stores already. They already have the M1 phones in country, so pretty amazing. And it's just fantastic what they're doing with that. And then of course with AnyTask going live now, anybody can basically put on that. I think that's the pre-approved. What they're trying to do is roll it out to the Electroneum folks first. They're calling it a beta rollout, but basically it's a soft rollout because it's a functioning live site. So it's basically a soft rollout, and because only the Electroneum people or people in cryptocurrency are going to know about it, and can use it now to actually create uh, tasks, and people can now purchase them. Now, once that's all running and everything's looking good, Richard said that he was going to then start rolling out the advertising to start bringing in folks that are outside the crypto sphere so that they can start to purchase stuff and start using it. Things are going to start to really start rocking and rolling for Electroneum. And when you have a whole country using it, promoting it, there's already videos out, there's already advertisements out in Cambodia, the phones are already in the stores. They're going to start adding users like crazy. They're going to start to earn and use the AnyTask system to start allowing their citizens to create an income. And then shortly, in the period ahead, there'll be retailers that will start to accept, and we're talking tens of thousands of retailers will be able to accept the Electroneum for payment at their grocery stores, at the gas stations, to buy socks and clothes, just about everything. Everybody that uses the payment processing system, because it'll automatically allow for Electroneum payment processing. So it's all great stuff. So we get to see GRBs out there, H-bombs out there. Airports, I don't know about that. But yeah, GRB, you should get that excitement back. It's pretty amazing. And what I'm gonna also tell you, what you've seen come out and roll out today is just the tip of the iceberg. There's a lot more. There's a lot more of equal excitement that's going to roll out in the next quarters. Uh, I would tend to think we're going to see a lot more stuff between now and June as they get completed. Unfortunately, I signed a non-disclosure, so I can't tell you what those things are. But what I can tell you is that there's a lot more solutions coming to the questions that people ask, and um, rest assured. Rest assured that it's going to be a full cycle of solutions for people to be able to use Electroneum. So as people start to use it, you would tend to think it would become more scarce. Not financial advice, but you would tend to think it would become more scarce as it goes along. And so do it what you will with that information. But I'm pretty excited about what I've seen and what things are going on. Let's see what kind of questions you got here. Hey, did you get my question on the recent videos? I tried to get as much as I can when I was doing the live. There was a lot going on. If I missed your questions, I apologize. I tried to get in what I could with what limited time and questions that I could present. Richard had a very limited amount of time available to do the conversation. I usually I would have just recorded it and made a video out of it. Um, I thought it was so important because so many things were rolling out today that I go live with it. So you got an unedited video as it happened, as the stuff was released, and as Richard talked about it. I thought you might appreciate that. It's not as polished looking as a video, but it's real. It was real time information that was coming out. And at the end of the video, Richard announced the release of Cambodia as an official currency for the country to use. And then we went in, like I said, and I started to see the stores already had the M1s in there. They're already showing ticket orders on them and promote. And the good thing, since this is a direct, unlike the unlimited, which failed to do anything reciprocal for Electroneum for whatever reasons, which I may or may not be able to share. The fact is that this cell company is promoting it, is showing it, is demonstrating why it's good for the citizenry to buy and to sign up for a contract and get a free M1 phone. So that's pretty exciting. And obviously, Richard was talking about some announcements. I can't tell you what they are, but there are some announcements regarding the phones. It's definitely not a dead issue. um, and what I can tell you is the M1s or the M series of phones are going to be important for the future of Electroneum. Let's see what else we got here. You guys are typing all sorts of stuff. Uh, let's see here. Dino Airports. Okay. H-Bomb, did you get my questions? I have not had a chance to read through them all. H-Bomb, I'm sorry if I missed your specific question. It was real tight time frames, and I was doing my very best to at least get you the live video feed as it was happening. Maneko, he says, amazing times ahead. Can't wait to see the people realize all over the world how amazing and life-changing Electroneum will be. I agree. I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to be holding on to my Electroneum for years because it's going to clearly demonstrate, it's my belief, it's my opinion, that the Electroneum is going to clearly demonstrate such a use case that it will be another opportunity. If you missed the Bitcoin, buying Bitcoin at a penny, the Electroneum is going to give you the second chance to do that. And then you keep in mind, the guys that had Bitcoin had to save it, hold it for 8 to 10 years to realize $10,000, per coin. Keep in mind, for Electroneum to be an equal value, it would be $10 a coin, because there's 1,000 Electroneum to every one Bitcoin. So you would be at $10, would give you the same $10,000 price that it is today. So it's my belief, 8 to 10 years from now, I think it's possible. I really do, based on everything that I've seen and know. I think it's possible that 8 to 10 years from now, I could realize those same type of benefits. So my intention is to hold on to my Electroneum for quite a while. And, there's going to be a lot of videos, there's going to be a lot of information. And over the next over the next two to 6 months, there's going to be a lot more stuff happening that's going to equally be as exciting and knock your socks off just as much as the events that happened today. So that's my opinion and thoughts on that matter. Let's see here. Um, Crypto Dog says, need full debrief when you get back. I'm so excited. I'm trying to debrief everybody. There's, like I said, I'll go for any type of details of what we did today. Obviously, there are certain things that I won't be able to express. We'll have to wait for Electroneum to do them in their fair time. Um, and we'll let that go at that. Michael, hey, great job. Thank you, Michael. Ask about Jamaica. You want to know me? Ask about Jamaica. Uh, if I get a chance, next time I talk to them, I'll ask about that. Number fourth country of sending money between USA and Jamaica on Western Union and MoneyGram. Um, I would tend I would tend to believe that as Electroneum goes along, that payment remittances are something they would be looking at. That's all I can say regarding payment remittances. Um, let's see here. Uh, Crypto Dog goes, is your wife more excited about ETN now, Dino? Yeah. I think she enjoyed it and everything. I don't think she really understands how cryptocurrencies are going to change the monetary system. I just don't think she understands yet or has been sold on the idea. And it's hard for folks in the United States because they have so many ways to pay for things. In other countries, they don't, and so they immediately see the benefit to it, where it's a little bit harder for people not in a technical field or who are spending a lot of time researching it to understand. But I'll keep at her until she gets to it. Michael says he needs a full live video when you get back to the USA. Yeah, so the video that I transmitted was the only one that I was able to provide. I elected to do it live instead of recording it. It was a decision on my part to do a live broadcast of the videos instead of recording it. So what you see is the raw footage. I did get a chance though to interview some of the folks in the shop, and I had an opportunity to interview Chris Harrison, which was really on the top on my list. To talk to him about the blockchain itself and what he's been working on. So that was important to me, and then that I'll put together as we go along. Let's see here. Yeah, let me get my act together. I'm H-bomb on the questions and everything. Yeah, put them together for me. And when I get back into the States, I'll have more time to go over everything. It's a little chaotic doing this remote and being out of my element. But I'm definitely would be curious to see your questions, and I'll answer whatever I can, and if I can't, I'll tell you I can't. So we'll go from there. The live stream with Rich was really nice. I'm glad you guys liked it and it worked out for you. Is the Unlimited still using ETN? Um, to the best of my knowledge, the Unlimited is still has a contract with Electroneum to use ETN, and yes, they're still using ETN. I think it's obvious and public knowledge for me to say that they haven't been probably as enthusiastic, I think, as we all would have liked. From day one, we were all hoping that the Unlimited would start to promote it and do more with the partnership that they were able to secure with Electroneum. and I think that's kind of common knowledge. Everybody kind of feels that way, and but they are still in relationship with Electroneum. That is a true statement, and still going forward. Um, let's see here. Michael says, "Hats off to you. You look like an excited kid in a candy store. You are there. Happy for you and everyone." Yeah, yeah. It was because not only what information that went live publicly today, you know, the plans for the future for Electronium are pretty exciting. The whole thing was exciting, and I couldn't help but be excited, and to know that I personally feel that I picked the right horse in the race. Um, I have no doubts on the functional success. Does that translate into price every time? No, it doesn't always translate into price. Is it going to translate to immediate price changes? No, it's not. As you all know, it's a build up and a build up, and then you keep adding more wood to the fire. The fire gets bigger, and then you know what? It's my belief one day, all of a sudden, price is going to kind of slowly grow, and we're going to be adding these things. But all of a sudden, one day, the price is just going to freaking go crazy out of the clear blue sky, and you're either in it or you're not at that point. And I don't know when it's going to happen, but I have some targeted dates that I think we could see some excitement, but a real kick in the pants price change is going to happen, and I think it's going to all take us all by surprise the day that it happens, and it'll probably be just unrelated. It's just going to happen. Like it's going to be a little snapping of some people's brains, and all of a sudden they're going to realize what's actually going on, and they're all going to jump on it. And I think just out of the clear blue sky, it's just going to go up. And that's my gut feeling on this, because there's just so much that this can be done. You got the guy who came in and audited Electronium. He's going to release his paperwork. But I'm going to tell you, interacting with that guy and then interacting with the folks at Electronium, this guy, he goes around and he tries to find scams. He looks for these cryptocurrencies that are all this money, and what are they doing, and very few of them will let them look into things or let them check stuff out, and it's kind of wishy-washy. Yavin, uh, when he releases his documents, you're going to be really surprised how clean cut and transparent Electronium has been, and how Yavin, who's the auditor, basically is going to be really amazed that Electronium is one of a very small handful of cryptocurrencies that are literally making things happen, that are doing things, that actually are making a use case and a functional purpose for the coin. And you're gonna see for yourself from a third party that evaluates these coins, that this is a real project, and it's one of a handful that can actually even claim this stuff. And from what I understand, the rumor has it is that he feels Electronium is doing more or equal to things that as far as not the same, but as far as performance as Ethereum. He puts it up there in the quality of project, the quality of the coin. But you're gonna read about all that good stuff. I'm waiting to see his write up so we can see it from him directly. But it's big stuff. It's big stuff. And it's my personal thought that you don't get to be an official cryptocurrency of Cambodia throughout the whole country and all the stores and all without some magazines recognizing what's going on there, supporting NGOs. I mean, there's a story to be told here, and it's my personal opinion that as time goes by, financial magazines and others are going to want to talk about it, newspapers and news, and I think Electroneum in the period ahead will start to get the recognition that it truly deserves. And yeah, that's my personal opinion. All right. Um, let's see. H Bomb says, "Thanks very much for bringing us all on your trip. Much appreciated and respect. Not a problem, H Bomb. I hope you guys enjoyed this series. I wanted you to kind of feel the adventure that I took throughout the whole process, and kind of brought you along with me to the best of my ability. It's not normal my shows and doing all these live off my cell phone type of thing is obviously a totally different type of video. But I thought you would enjoy that, and I'm glad that some of you did, and I'm glad the effort was worthwhile. Uh, Push Play says it will be sooner than that. 2 years ago, Electroneum was 20 cents. Yeah, well, 2 years ago, a lot of coins were a lot more money. But I understand what you're saying. And yeah, yeah, one day we will, there's one day, whatever it may be, I'm sure we will see that price again someday. Um, Long-term staking rewards version for holds from the beginning. Yep, for hold hodlers. Yep. Christopher says, "Thanks for your time. Great live streams." I appreciate that, Chris. Hey, Chris, we're going to be heading into London, I think, tomorrow. So I'm going to reach out to you. We got to have a beer with you. Let's see here. H Bomb says, "Now my advice to Dino is to go grab your wife and take her out on the town before Tony Satoshi muscles in on your girl." Yeah. Digital Nomad says the ETN is going to gain some traction. It's going to surprise people in 2020. I think you're right on target. I think there's a lot of excitement. It was a great trip. I had a lot of fun coming out here, and it was amazing that as we were talking and Richard was talking, he was able to announce it live, that everything went live for an amazingly large solution being Cambodia. So you guys got to see this whole thing happen and transpire as it happened. So I hope you guys all enjoyed that. I want to thank each and every one of you for coming along. I'll be back probably the middle of the week next week, and I might have a couple more videos just to show off some of the stuff from London as we go along. But thank you all. I appreciate you hanging out with us and coming with me on my trip to Electroneum headquarters. Don't forget your Electroneum. What's in your wallet? Ciao.